Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation, and specifically welcome to a brand new week. It is Monday morning, and this week our teacher is Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu, pretty famous for having written the Tao Te Ching about 2,500 years ago. And most of this week's quotes would be from his work in writing the Tao Te Ching. Today, very good morning. Hello, happy Monday morning. Somebody, good morning. It's great seeing you. Welcome to this new week. Let's get into today's message. Every Monday morning's meditation guides us to look at the week ahead and establish some kind of clarity around what it is that we want to create in the coming week. Today we ask the question, what is it that motivates your creating? Are you creating from fear or are you creating from freedom? Michelle, good morning. Hello, happy Monday morning. Welcome to the start of a brand new week. When you create from fear, then you are creating in order to avoid consequences. Creating because if I don't create, I'll be facing some kind of punishment. Creating from fear means you're trying to create while running away from something. Creating from freedom comes from deciding what you are running towards. Linda, good morning. Happy Monday. Beatrix, good morning. Welcome to a brand new week. So I'll read that sentence again. Creating from freedom comes from deciding what you are running towards. When you create from freedom, it is because you embody your birthright. You were created to create. And when you're able to put down all of your fear, you will be creating at your highest potential by default. Lao Tzu says, there is no illusion greater than fear. There is no illusion greater than fear, says Lao Tzu. Charlene, good morning. Anthony, good evening. Hello, beautiful humans. The next thought from Lao Tzu is, be careful what you water your dreams with. And in this case, I guess we could call them goals too. What are you watering your dreams? What are you watering your goals with? He says, water them with worry and fear, and you will produce weeds that choke the life from your dreams. Now, fear is a very legit motivating factor in our goals. We can be moved by fear to reach amazing goals. But whenever fear is the motivator, even when we reach the goal, the fear does not necessarily go away. And I love what he says here, water your dreams with worry and fear, and you will produce weeds that choke the life from your dream. The last thought from Lao Tzu is, your own positive future begins in this moment. All you have is right now. Every goal is possible from right where you are. So what fuels the actions you take? Are you driven by fear or freedom? Are you running to stay ahead of potential punishment? Or are you chasing your dreams? Are you wielding your craft as a shield or as a sword? When you create in fear, the best you can ever do is just stay ahead of what scares you. And you'll never escape the anxiety that propels you even when you reach your goals. Let go of the limitations imposed by fear. Imagine creating from the pure joy of it, fueled by freedom, possibility, opportunity, and limitless abundance. This is fearless creation. If you're ready, you can close your eyes and let's slip off into this week and try and ground ourselves in the idea of creating fearlessly. Here we go, starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine. Lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. While you continue your full body breathing, feel yourself rise with every inhale and feel yourself fall with every exhale. We'll have a quick conversation about what exactly it is that you're doing right now. You are taking this body by the hand. You're asking this body to take a seat. And you are being the teacher to this body. You are saying to this body, here is how I want us to do this. There are many ways to do this breath, or when you stop for a few deep, slow breaths, there are many techniques that you could possibly use. The simplest to keep in mind is make sure your exhale is longer, significantly longer than your inhale. If you play around with a heart rate monitor, you can see that with your inhale, your heart speeds up, and with your exhale, your heart slows down. Which is why we want to make the exhale, the part that slows down your heartbeat, we want to make that longer. Because from an evolutionary perspective, it's clear that our bodies have learned that if we can exhale slowly, there's no danger. If you can exhale slowly, there's nothing to run from, and there's nothing to fight. So whenever you stop for a few big breaths, bring your attention to the exhale. Make your breath out long and slow, and feel how your body softens as you do. And take a moment to make a note in your mind of the best times during your day. When is it a good time to break through a few big breaths? Is it before you start working, as you sit down in front of your computer, before you put your fingers on the keyboard? Perhaps always take a few big slow breaths. Or perhaps every time you stand up for a bathroom break, or put on the kettle to make a cup of tea or coffee. Or perhaps as you slide into the car behind the wheel before you hit the ignition, a few big slow breaths before you drive off into traffic. Every time you do, you're being the teacher to this body. And you're saying to this body, here is how I want us to do this. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Lean your upper body over to the left. And also lean your upper body over to the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least becoming as present as we possibly can be right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, then with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take the next few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly, and you are invited to follow. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath. But hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, see yourself standing at the start of a brand new week. See your toes sticking over the edge and see yourself ready to dive in. Take your next big breath. Standing at the start of a brand new week, we want to walk into this week with intention. We don't want to just be blindsided by all of the obstacles and stumbling blocks that might come our way. So let's take a moment to look at the week ahead. Remind ourselves of what is known about the week ahead and prepare. So with your next big breath as you dive deep into you, take a look at what's already in the calendar. Take a walk through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and remind yourself of what are some of the things you need to get done on those days. What are some of the places you need to go throughout this week? And who are some of the people you need to see this week? Take your next big breath. What are you creating this week? Do you have a clear intention around what you are creating this week? And I always want to remind you that there is such a wide spectrum of creating. Don't get stuck on just one tiny part of the spectrum. It could be work related, yes. Perhaps you have a project that you want to get signed off this week. It could be, just like the word sounds and suggests, it could be art created. Maybe you're painting something. Maybe you're writing something. But those are only small slices on the whole spectrum of creating. Everything you do is an act of creating. How you show up, the intention you show up with every day, is how you're creating. The relationships, the conversations you have with the people around you is an act of creating. Even just how you are being in your home creates that space, creates that energy. So what are you creating this week, or how are you creating this week? A different way of thinking of this is, what are you pouring your energy into deliberately this week? Take your next big breath. Take a moment to move yourself to the end of the next week. Stand in the next weekend and look back over the week. What would your checklist look like? What are things for which you'd like to say, I got this done, I got that done? What are things for which you'd like to say, I got started on this one, or I made progress on that one? Take your next big breath. Let's take a look at today's message for the week ahead. You can be creating from a place of fear, or you can be creating from a place of freedom. Let's take a look at fear, how fear influences our creating. From a place of fear, we can truthfully reach our goals. And sometimes from a place of fear, we can even build a really good life. Fear creates the kind of thoughts that go, I have to be able to keep a roof over our head. I have to be able to put food on the table. I have to be able to buy clothes. All of these are real though. But fear has a huge influence on the energy we create with. Creating with anxiety. Creating with worry, as Lao Tzu said. And his warning was that if we feed our dreams with worry, they will grow weeds that constrict us. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, can you recognize where you are creating from fear? Take your next big breath. When I'm creating from a place of fear, I'm creating while running away from something, running from punishment, running from consequences. And even though I can reach those goals, if I'm creating from fear, I will never do better than just stay ahead of what scares me. Because even if I reach those goals, that doesn't make the fear, it doesn't make the anxiety go away. When I create from a place of freedom, then I'm creating by running towards something. creating because I recognize opportunity. I recognize possibility. Or perhaps I know what my soul wants to express, and I want to bring that to fruition. What are you running towards? Are you clear on what you are running towards? Take your next big breath. Life makes opportunities and possibilities available to us if we are present enough to recognize them. I am just as able to keep a roof over my head and keep food on the table while I'm running towards the opportunities, running towards the possibilities. Can you catch yourself every time you realize fear is what motivates you? And can you turn it around? Anytime it feels like there is some consequence creeping up from behind you that you have to avoid, can you deliberately turn your attention to the possibilities in front of you? Can you make sure that you are creating because life makes opportunities and possibilities available to you? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips in and settles in every fiber of your being. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll read to you one more time Lao Tzu's message for us this week. He says there is no illusion greater than fear. He says, be careful what you water your dreams with. If you water your dreams with worry and fear, if it is worry and fear that motivates your creating, then you will produce weeds that choke the life from your dreams. He says your own positive future begins in this moment. All you have is right now, and every goal is possible from right here. You can create while looking over your shoulder. Being aware of the punishment creeping up from behind. But if you're always looking over your shoulder, chances are you'll always be slowing yourself down. Or you can create by looking ahead to what is available. Being excited for how your soul wants to express itself in this life. And holding on to the belief that you are a creator. You were created to create. And often we do have to figure out how to make that work, how that works for us. If you make sure that fear is not what controls your decision making, then you can call yourself a fearless creator. Creating because you believe in the abundance that life makes available. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for the privilege of standing at the start of a new week, looking into the week ahead, and being deliberate about how I want to create this week. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for being given this moment to collect my thoughts and be intentional about how I want to step into this week. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder to check myself, check where my actions become inspired by fear, and what I'm trying to create is driven by an anxiety or a worry. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for doing the work to deal with the fears, work through the fears, so that I can recognize the fear and not allow any of the fears to make my decisions for me. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for jumping into the week along with us. Good afternoon, Bridget. It is great seeing you, and good morning, Maggie. Awesome jumping into this week along with you. Thank you, Beatrix. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Sunmarie. Thank you, Danae. Wishing you all the most beautiful week. Spread your wings, fly off into the week, and create at your highest potential. Ciao, ciao. Just a moment before Facebook lets me out. There we go. Cheers.